Let's go.
Hey guys, I'm here with Lecrae. I'm here at the Fillmore for a show, and just about to do a little quick interview with him. So the first thing I want to talk about is I think you have a very interesting story on how you got to this point in your life. And my first question is, what really influenced you to be a rapper, and not even that, a Christian rapper?
Well, you know, influenced me to be a rapper is definitely, I attest that to my uncles and my cousins. They introduced me to hip hop when I was like 6 or 7, you know, and they just would always play their favorite songs and, you know, everything from, you know, Scarface to Eazy-E, so, you know, to Rakim, to Nas. It was crazy. So, and you know, I don't look at myself as like I'm building up some genre called Christian rap. I think of myself like I am a Christian, unashamedly, authentically, but I'm hip hop, unashamedly, authentically. And so in the same way that when we play, you know, Lupe or Most, you don't get a Muslim who's rapping. When you play Lecrae, you don't get a Christian who's rapping. And so, you know, my faith really permeates every aspect of who I am, so it's gonna bleed out of my music.
Yeah, do it for Christ. You trying to figure out what to do with your life. You make a lot of money, hope you do it.
Can you talk a little bit about what it means to you to be an independent artist, as well as a label president, entrepreneur, everything in one? How do you kind of make time for it all, and, you know, how do all those roles fit?
Yeah, man. It's called naps. I take a lot of naps, man. No, I think it's crucial. I think we just live in a day and age where the people choose the music that they want, and the people get to decide what's real and what's not real. And, you know, it's no longer like major entities or big labels that dictate what gets bought, you know. And I think that's a huge part of the success behind people like myself. But it's important for me to be. It was important for me to be a label owner because, you know, nobody was interested in this music, you know what I mean? And so, and now, you know, it's doing well because the labels, the powers that be, didn't see that there was an interest in it. So here we are.
Cool. A few years ago, you were part of the BET Hip Hop Cypher. What did that mean to you, and what do you think that did for your career at that point in time?
Now, the BET Cypher, the Hip Hop Awards Cypher was big for me because on one hand, it was like, here I am, you know, doing something that's historic, you know what I mean? It's something that is hip hop, and me loving hip hop and being a part of the culture, that was big. But more than that, I think it was important for the culture to see me, you know, for the culture to recognize that just because, you know, I wear the banner of Christian doesn't mean like I don't rap. You know what I mean? I don't take my craft seriously. So, yeah.
So your last mixtape, Church Clothes, and your 6th studio album, Gravity, has been acclaimed to be some of the most important projects for Christian rap in history. How does that feel for somebody to say that about your music? And, you know, does it really, you know, feel gratifying?
Yeah, you know, I look at myself kind of like a revolutionary. You know what I mean? And I know people don't get that. It's more than music to me, you know. It's music with a purpose. It's music with a mission. And in the same way, Bob Marley uses music and his platform for something bigger than himself. And that's kind of how I feel. So I think Tupac would have did the same thing if he had more time. You know what I mean? It wouldn't just been about, you know, money and girls and women. I think as he matured, he would have, you know, really made music that had mission and focus. And so that's really, you know, I think it's a testament to people really getting behind that and seeing the vision.
Cool. And as far as other rappers that are out there today, who you drawing influence from, and is there anybody you can probably say is, you know, competition, you know, who drives you to be a better MC?
You know, I don't look at dudes like competition. You know, I look at dudes as people who can bring forth inspiration and who I can, you know, I mean, we all started doing this because we heard something amazing. You know what I mean? Every MC, you heard something amazing, you was like, I'm gonna do this. And so, shout out to Kendrick Lamar, who, you know, is somebody who, man, I really respect. And, you know, who's gonna have an incredible project.
Yeah, we just had him here about like 2 weeks ago.
You got a hell of an appetite, and I'ma be here for a while. Just buckle up before the...
Yeah, I talked to him earlier today, and you know, I know dude is, you know, he's mission minded too, and I think you give him some more time too, it's gonna bleed out. So yeah.
And lastly, just to wrap this up, if you weren't rapping or being involved in the music industry, what career choices do you think you would have chosen, or you know, what other direction you think you would have went in your life?
I think I'd have been a farmer. Nah, I don't know, man. Yeah, milking cows, man. Nah, I don't know. I probably would have like did something that would allow for me to travel and see the world.
See the world.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much, man, for your time.
Propaganda.
More people popping in on the interviews. You never know what's going to happen backstage. Well, first of all, thank you so much for your time, and I'm looking forward to your performance personally. I think it's a big thing for the Fillmore as well as Miami to have you down here. And I'm Kris Martin. This is Lecrae, and you're backstage at the Fillmore.